Some of you may be like I am. Some of you may hear good advice and you choose to ignore it anyway because that's just what you're going to do. And you don't have to play Magic for too long. You don't have to watch too many YouTube Magic videos or unboxings or whatever. You don't have to have too many Magic friends that you talk with before you realize pretty quickly the popular advice is you should not crack massive amounts of booster packs, that instead you should buy the single cards that you want. And I understand, I understand that that is good advice. However, it's advice that I just can't really seem to stand behind, and I don't really follow it because I love cracking packs. And so, at Target today, I noticed that they had a little something different in their Target Magic the Gathering display area they have, where they have, like, you know, the various collectible card assortment of products they have, but they had something new. I'd seen before they had kind of, I think they call it like the Chaos Draft Pack, where they have 6 various booster packs that are bundled together inside a box, so you can't really see the 6 packs that you're going to get. And then, of course, they have that random promo foil that they include, which I think there's only like 2 or 3 possible foils, maybe even just one. I think there's the famous Lancers card that got stuck in, it seems like, most of those boxes. But the only thing I don't like about that, there's actually 2 things. You can't really see the exact sets that you're going to get. You could get some, you know, I've seen some unboxings where there are 2 or maybe even 3 packs from the same set, and that may not be what the person buying the product wants. They may want to get a little bit of a range of sets. And then the other thing I don't like is, I know $20 isn't really a bad price point for 6 packs, but if you're like me, $20 spent on Magic the Gathering cards is something that you can't do too often. So at the store today at Target, I noticed they have a box, and in this box they have just random single individual booster packs from various sets that are available, and all of them are $3.33. So I picked up some, and in this video we're going to see what's inside these 3 booster packs here. Now, I think I'm most excited about the Innistrad because I like the, I guess, the focus. I like the story of the Innistrad set. Aether Revolt, I don't know too much about. I think it does share that kind of steampunk flavor that Kaladesh has. And for some reason, I can't really get behind so far. I've not opened many Kaladesh or Aether Revolt, so maybe it'll grow on me. But so far, my experience, I've not really been impressed with the steampunk flavor that I have with other. Believe it or not, I actually prefer vampire, dinosaur, pirate mythology over the steampunk kind of basis we have for Kaladesh, and I believe for Aether Revolt as well. So let's see what we have in these packs, see if we did any good. And we'll start with the Innistrad pack. I think it's interesting. I bet everyone has a certain technique for when they crack a pack. I bet they have a technique for the method they like to use. So I have a method I use, and you may have a different method, and that's fine. Use the method that works for you. Looks like this one was already open. I don't know if that's good. Now, I will say, as I'm opening this, if you are a fan of some of the videos where they go very fast through the pack and they cut immediately to the rares or even immediately to the uncommons, I won't do that. I like to go through the whole pack. That's why I'm not doing mini packs. So if you are impatient to get to the back of the pack, this may not be a good channel for you. Sorry about that. But if you like to go through and kind of, you know, hear some stories as you look through some cards, stick around. So my technique is I like to go to the back. The token is usually at the back. We have here, it looks like a wolf token. And I don't think I've ever played wolves, so we'll set that aside. And then I also like to do the next back, which is going to be the land card. Got mountains. I don't know the last time I've used a land that has been included in a booster pack, but I'm sure that there are some players that do use those. Alright, so now we're going to go to this little trick. I like to scoot the cards. And you see here we do have a foil. It's going to be a foil, either common or uncommon, not a rare. We'll save that, and I also like to scoot to see, like, I don't think we'll have multiple rares, but if you get in Battle Bond, sometimes there you can have multiple rare possibility. So I like to scoot and see where the rare is. and avoid that. I usually do a better job than this. Oh, you know what? There it is. Okay. So I've actually got a card. Oh, I bet it's like, I don't really know if they have a flip card or not, but Shadows of Innistrad, I haven't opened a whole lot. I bet they have some kind of a flip card or something. So we'll start with, we have here just a basic common, gain 5 life. We've got Spirit. Spirits are making a comeback, I believe. I don't know if that's still going strong or not with the Core 2019 set, but it seems like I heard Spirits weren't doing too bad. Unruly Mob. Okay, I do like +1/+1 counter decks, especially when it comes to things like Tribal, where you get those counters stacked. I do know Archangel of Thune is one of my favorite cards, and boy, that is a nice +1/+1 card to get. Got here Scarecrow, which I believe some people can play a Scarecrow Tribal. I want to say someone said they built a Scarecrow Tribal deck. Maybe someone can explain to me if that's appealing and why. I'm not really sure. Let's see, +2/+2, that's nice. You've got the 1/1 white human soldier creature token on the battlefield. Okay, I actually have a soldier commander deck that I use. I just used it last night and won my first game with it as far as a commander deck. And it's not very good, so I was just kind of lucky with it. But it was fun to play. It's it's a mono white commander deck with basically soldier, tribal, and also artifacts because it's got Nahiri, the Planeswalker, as the commander for it. Moving on, we've got here a black sorcery. Put a 2/2 black zombie. The rotation's getting ready to kick in, and I'm curious if zombies will kind of make a resurgence. I know that the Scarab God was a popular, I think it saw some play in Standard, but I do know it's a fun commander card for a lot of people. I tried to play Scarab God as a commander. I just didn't have fun with him. I don't know why. I felt bad. I really wanted to have a good time playing him. I just never could really get those zombies firing. And I'm sure it's just because of my own inefficiency in design. I'm sure people out there can get those zombies stacked up early game. I just never could. Howling Pack Wolf. Vessel of Nascency. Let's see. Green cards I'm looking for. I'm trying to improve an Omnath deck. The red-green Omnath that generates elementals. That's not bad. Now we're into our uncommons. Creeping Dread. Beginning of upkeep, each player discards a card. Okay, each opponent who discards a card that shares a card type with the card you discard loses 3 life. Ugh, I don't think I like that. That's a big gamble. And that's a 4 mana too. We've got here Spiteful Motives. That's flash, okay. Enchanted creature gets +3/+0 and has first strike. Okay. +3/+0 is not great for 4 mana, in my opinion. I mainly play Commander, so maybe it's good. A lot of these cards, if they're Standard or Modern appeal, it's lost on me. Maybe I'll learn if I ever play those formats more. But seeing as how mainly I play, Commander, it's just a different value system, it seems, on the cards for Commander. The pacing of the game is much different than with Modern and with Legacy, which I've never played in Standard and those kinds of games. So here we do have our rare. It's going to be Devil's Playground, which is not great. I don't have any kind of Devil Tribal or anything like that, but there it is. And we also have our flip card here. Avencian Missionaries. At the beginning of your end step, if Avencian Missionaries is equipped, transform it. Okay, I could do that in my deck. Let's see if it would be worth it to include. When the creature transforms into Lunarch Inquisitors, you may exile another target creature until Lunarch Inquisitors leaves the battlefield. I guess you could get rid of somebody's commander, but it would just... no, I guess they could recast... I don't know, I'd have to check the rules on that. That's one of the fun things of Commander, because Magic does have a lot of rules, and sometimes those rules can be confusing. So this would be something where I would have to ask, okay, if I exile your commander, does your commander get to immediately go back to the commander zone, or does it get to stay in exile while I have this on the battlefield? But maybe somebody in the comments could clear that up. And let's see what our foil is. It is going to be Vessel of Nascency, which we actually have already in this pack, but it's a pretty foil. Alright. Let's move on. We've got next pack of Kaladesh. And I do know there's a lot of people who like Kaladesh. I'm surprised I don't like it more so far, because, I mean, I do like steampunk. You know, that's interesting to me. It's just, I'm not really, the art style hasn't really called out to me. And I'll go faster through this. Let's just go through our commons here. Deals 1 damage to each opponent. That would be probably better in standard play or modern play, flying. Now this card, I do like the artwork on that. Well, that's pretty nice. Let's take a closer look at that. Percata Club Security. I want to say that has a reprint. I recognize that from Battle Bond. I love me some Battle Bond. Open way too much Battle Bond. Sorry for bumping the camera there. We've got a cat monkey. My wife plays cats. I may have to see if she needs a cat monkey, but it looks like for a 3-tap, or just 3-tap mana, Wily Benadar gains indestructible until end of turn for 1/1. She does have a lot of equipment spells in her deck, so if she pumped that up, that may not be good for her to have. At least for me, playing her. We've got here Attune with Ether. Search library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. You get 2 energy. That may be good for Omnath, since it's just 1 forest to do a land search. You don't get to put it on field, but I don't really use energy, so that may not be any good for me. Foundry Screecher. We've got some artifacts. I do enjoy artifact cards. I think they may be my favorite type of card. Of course, other than like, I don't know, like planeswalkers or legendary creatures, but just like a basic set, a basic type of card. I do like artifacts. Let's see. Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot enters the battlefield. You gain 3 life and get energy. That's one mechanic I couldn't really get behind. I know I've seen some people use energy. They've never really used it in game with me much, so I don't really know if that mojo is cool or not. Let's see here. Next we've got another uncommon artifact. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you get an energy. Okay, well, if you play energy, that's not bad, especially if you've got a token generator going. You could get quite a bit of energy built up. Next we've got Veteran Motorist. When Veteran Motorist enters the battlefield, scry 2. Alright, that's nice to scry. And then Vehicles, which I know nothing about. Next we've got Maulfist Doorbuster. When Maulfist Doorbuster enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. When he attacks, you pay 1 energy. If you do, target creature can't block this turn. Don't think I'd use that. And then we have, nice, Panharmonicon. I actually just put this into a blue-red, what's that called? Is It? Right, I just put that in an Is It deck. And I do like that card, so I'm sure I'll find another way to use a second copy of it. I like that hit. And then we've got here our Servo token. Which I noticed that pack I didn't do the method that I spent so much time talking about that I like to do. So we'll be sure to do it with our last pack on this video. We'll do a pack of Aether Revolt, which I believe is going to be the same kind of steampunk tone that we had in Kaladesh. I may be wrong. I honestly have only opened, I think, 2 of these before. I just don't remember. So let's see here. Let's take a peek at the back token. Servo, yep, plenty of those. See our land, oh good, mountain. And then let's see what we do have a rare back there, so we'll get to it eventually. Shadow's Revolution, Shipwreck Marae, Audacious Infiltrator, Deviant Salvager, Prey Upon, which is actually nice. If you can exploit that fight mechanic. Renegade's Getaway. And we've got some artifact creatures here. We've got a Filigree Crawler. We've got Watchful Automaton, which the automatons are actually pretty cool. I've enjoyed some of the automaton cards. There is a card in Dominaria. I don't know if it's an automaton. I played it the other night and it replicates itself, and that was very fun to do, where you pay 1 mana and you get to replicate the creature. I enjoyed that quite a bit. We have Ice Over. Another artifact, Implement of Combustion. And then we're getting into our uncommons. We've got Weld Fast Engineer. Beginning of combat, on your turn, target artifact creature you control gets +2/+0. Yeah. Cogwork Assembler. Another artifact creature. This must be pretty heavy. I guess with the steampunk it would be heavy with artifact creatures. Create a token that's a copy target artifact. That token gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next step. End step. The only thing I don't like about these exile, as far as you introduce a copy of a token or a copy token, and then you have to exile it. I don't remember. It's so hard to remember anyway when you go through all the steps of your turn and your upkeep and then your main phase and then your combat phase and second main phase, and it's just the end step. So it's just like I try to avoid that just because of my own incompetence in trying to keep up with everything so I don't look too stupid at the table where, you know, the player sometimes politely, sometimes not politely points out, hey, you got to get rid of that. And we have our last uncommon will be Aerial Modification. Enchant creature vehicle, which I probably would not use it on vehicles. Looks like +2/+2 in flying. That's not bad. I mean, sometimes it's hard for me to block some flyers because I don't have a lot of flyers in certain decks that I have. Let's see what our rare is for our last pack. We have here Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Human Rogue. I don't know many rogues. Has Menace. When Glint Sleeve Siphoner enters the battlefield or attacks, you get energy. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Okay, well that's not a bad mechanic for, you know, those players who like to do the life loss, maybe pair it with life gain to get it back. But that's something I probably won't ever use. But we will look at some other packs soon in a different video. But thanks for staying with me in this way too long video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.